Headline on the Washington Post yesterday, October 15, 2007, read something on the order of Al-Qaeda in Iraq has been crippled. First off, why anyone would lend any credence to anything that rag publishes is beyond my level of comprehension. After all, they seem to have linked Al-Qaeda in Iraq even before the war started, so but anyways, just perchance, by happenstance, they managed to eke out and leak out a bit of truth, and Al-Qaeda has been crippled. What's that really mean? After all, a so-called cripple is responsible for, whether you've noticed it or not, all that artwork in the background of my little videos, including this quarter-ton whirligig you see behind me. Now, I ain't claiming special powers. I'm an average, ordinary sort of bloke. But my diet don't consist of genetically modified foods with sugar added, which probably has a great deal to do with my activity. That and the fact that I don't kick back on a couch and play them animated video games instead of living a life. So, all I'm trying to say is that calling someone a cripple doesn't define them in the least. Yeah, I'm more limited in my physical capabilities than I was 16 years ago when this accident happened. But it ain't stopped me from accomplishing one hell of a lot since then. But one of the purposes of our media is to make you feel inadequate, incapable, and complacent. Now, often I hear a speech that has a certain type of beginning and I cringe when I hear it. Americans are a peace-loving people. Hell, we're the most militaristic society ever existed on this earth. John Lennon, 40 years ago or so, said something to the order of, "War is over if you want it." So as far as I can tell, Americans must not want it, because we've been at war damn near since the founding of our nation, one way or another. The movement is out there. But our media and politicians and civic leaders working overtime to make it as difficult for you to tap into that energy as possible. So get off your butts, get off that couch, get out in the street, and meet the people that really matter, your neighbors. We're all in the same boat together. And if you're not careful, if we're not careful, this boat's gonna get swamped by that neoliberal tide. They call them neocons, but that's another con job there. It's the next door neighbor that works for some part of the armament industry that is the only manufacturing of any consequence going on in the country now, that we need to shift. We got to quit manufacturing war and start manufacturing peace if we want to survive this century. Enough for the now. End of the circle 5.